Hello mga kasubs and welcome to the Sarsicles TV. You have me, Mark, and for this, uh, wow, it's starting to, the temperature is starting to uh, lower, so it's not as warm as earlier. So it's I would say a gloomy weather now. And what we have here is a recommendation from Jim Morris, and the recommendation is Melanie Martinez and the song Brain and Heart. So actually, the recommendation of Jim is the K-12 soundtrack or K-12 album, and it is to be listened and reacted to in order. So I don't know what order are we in or what, but we have listened to a lot already. So if I'm to guess, I guess we have like maybe around 3 or 4 songs to go to complete this album. So if you haven't listened to the other K-12 songs from the K-12 albums that we have reacted to, might as well check our YouTube channel and check out the playlist section because there's a Melanie Martinez reaction video collection there. So there are also other playlists from other artists. You might as well check that as well. So before we give it a go, just a quick thank you to all our viewers, subscribers, members, and sponsors. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And without any further delays, let us give this song a go. In three, two, one.
Help me when I'm at a loss for words. Bring up all my memories for the pleas and the temporal. False loving when I was illogical. Didn't know they held each other's hands as they made one whole. Brains down, nails temperature. Arise now, sweat drops down my silky flesh, buttering up my consciousness. Good now. Melody to sleep sound throughout the star times an illusion. If you just remove it. When did humans start to separate brain and heart as if they couldn't stay alive alone? Flip it around the other way. If they were apart and you had no power start or no database, only a shell remains. What fun is it to be so calculated or be taken advantage of? 'Cause your heart's too trusting, silent, expressed. Push my hand to my chest, line them up forever wet. Don't drift too far, they said. Help me when I'm too detached and cold. Give me the vitality that I need to trust love more. Blood to the water, neither can fuel us alone. Fervency in my arteries, passion blooming through my bones. Heartstrings trigger emotions, dreams, agape loves, a journey. Red rivers connect all of me. But be it steadfast, don't you disappoint me. Sometimes I think you're all I need. Wise beyond belief. When did humans start to separate brain and heart as if they couldn't stay alive alone? Flip it around the other way. If they were apart and you had no power start or no database, only a shell remains. What fun is it to be so calculated or be taken advantage of? 'Cause your heart's too trusting, silent, expressed. Push my hand to my chest, line them up forever wet. Don't drift too far, they said.
And that's the end of the song. So I'm actually intrigued. Is this really part of the K-12 album? I guess the message of the song can maybe yeah, can be considered part of it, but from a video perspective, if you have seen the music videos of the K-12 album, this is completely different. Number one, because the setting is usually in school, or like a place in the school, like maybe a classroom or the principal's office or the audiovisual room, those pantry, those kinds of stuff. But this one is, if I'm to associate with the K-12 album, this may be like the setting is in someone's mind. It's like a place that was conceived by their thought. So this part I find very icky. Yeah, It- because it reminds me of Silence of the Lambs. But let me just go back a bit because I thought I saw an overhead mic. Ah, okay, so it wasn't an overhead mic. So this one's wrong. So when we see here Melanie, so there's something here on top of above her that suddenly okay, yeah, that one. So I thought it was an overhead mic, but when later on the video you would see that it is actually the brain. So here here I didn't get it yet, but when they did this top view, it shows Melanie Martinez brain exposed, and they are poking it with stuff, and I just find it icky, and it kind of gives you as well that whenever you're listening to the song, it has different interpretations, right? But with this video, it kind of narrows it down to a more like a serious, darker um, uh, description, if I may. There's also one part here in the video where Melanie's gonna lie down, and they're gonna put something on top of her, which kind of like gives you us the impression that she was opened up, and it shows her rib cage and her heart. Ugh. I can imagine if it were like in real life that you crack open someone's chest while they're conscious, just the pain that you're gonna feel when that's done. So that's why I find it very bothering. So I wonder how this fared in the music video, if it were censored or blurred, if this has an edited version. But anyway, when I think about brain and heart, it's like I associate it usually with making decisions, usually in from a relationship standpoint. But of course, it's not just in relationship, but it can apply in other this like critical decisions you're making that can change your life, like career path, family, and other stuff. So I guess to if I'm to think about the heart, we're thinking about the emotional side. We're talking impulse. When we think about the brain, we're thinking about more of rationale, logic, and facts. And in my opinion, these two will never. These two will never work like well together, because one way or another, one will like be on top. One will how would you say it? One would succeed the other. Because sometimes or for the most part, when we think about our emotions and the heart, sometimes most of the time it doesn't make sense. And sometimes when we consider the logical side, we will feel that we don't have values, that we are being cold, we are being inconsiderate and insensitive and stuff. So even when we think about a compromise between the two, there will still there will be some inclination towards one of the two. It's either the brain or the heart. To complicate things even more, uh, when you pick one, it doesn't make the other one bad. So it's not like it's as simple as bad and good. Like it's either the heart is bad, the brain is good, or or vice versa. It can be a four-way or a split, like when we let's say when we decide to think about when we decide to use our brain, for example. So there is that good and bad aspect, and I think that is the one represented by the two backup dancers of Melanie. So they're not necessarily brain and heart. They are basically good and bad. So when they poke the brain, when they were poking Melanie's brain, so it's more of the sinister thinking and the more of the compassionate thinking. And then when we're thinking about the heart, same thing. One is the sinister impulse, and then the other one is more of the compassionate side. That's my take. I may be wrong. It may be as simple as one is the brain, one is the heart, the red one being the heart, and then the white one being the brain. But that's my take based on the video and the lyrical approach of Melanie and those icky display of the heart and brain, which I think is gonna stay seared in my brain. I'm gonna dream about those things. I can't move on. But for now, that will be my reaction. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. If you haven't done it yet, these are the stuff you can do to show loving to our channel. Please do as many as you can. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about the Sarsicles TV. Sharing is caring, and most importantly, stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next video.